The new Steam controller works with any device running Steam or Steam Link, whether it's a PC, Mac, handheld, smartphone, Steam Deck, or the new Steam Machine. Oh! This is the new Steam Machine. Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package.
This would have been perfect for me if it came out, if they thought of this 5 years ago.
Wait! Before the video gets started, I would appreciate if you could like the video to try and push it out to more people. And also, while you're at it, consider subscribing so that you never miss moments like this.
Nice, nice. Oh, so much silk. So much silk. Give me all that fucking silk.
Now, with all that being said, let's get onto the video.
Bro, well, I went through a whole fucking age of gaming laptops because I was living in a house where I wasn't sharing. I had to share a room, so I didn't have space for a setup or anything that I do today.
But now I have a pretty good setup, so I'm quite happy. I've saved up for this bitch.
So I had to rely to play games on PC. I had to rely on gaming laptops. If Valve had come out with a PC gaming console that I could plug into my TV, do you know how much easier it would have made my life? Okay, I wasted so much money on fucking shitty gaming. Well, they weren't shitty, but like the gaming laptops are flawed. I made a whole video on that as well. I wouldn't have had to waste my money on that. I could have just bought the Valve Steam Machine, and then I could have called it a day. I could have been happy. I know this isn't my usual haha funny gaming video. Redrick, I choose you. But sometimes I do like making videos about shit that interests me. I have a whole playlist for it. But today we're talking about the Steam Machine, or the Valve GABECUBE, as it's being obviously dubbed. So Valve, out of fucking nowhere, came out and said, "Hey, we're making a PC that you plug into your TV and play." And now you hear that and you think that's just a console. But Valve is like, "No, this isn't a console. This is a PC and a console."
Oh no! One more.
No. In front of Ellen! Merged together. See, it's not one, it's not the other, it's both.
Remember who you are!
I was very confused at first because I was like, I didn't know this is the road Valve was taking. And Xbox was making their own fucking PC console hybrid that would run Steam. That's thrown out the fucking window now. Nobody, well, I mean, first off, it was like 1K. Nobody was buying that anyways. No like casual gamer or like console user was buying that piece of shit. Now that Valve is making their own one, throw it out the window some fucking more. Piss on it, burn it, shit on it. Do you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna buy that now. So Valve just completely buried that. But I was confused because I was like, I didn't know Valve. This is the route Valve wanted to take. However, I should have seen it coming, considering the fact that just a few years ago, fucking hell, I have my Steam Deck here for display. But like, they made this, which is a handheld gaming PC. So they're clear, like, just from this alone, and probably the success of it, because the Steam Deck was quite successful. They're clearly branching out into just, okay, we're making more hardware. We're gonna be making hardware as well. So fair play to them. I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's good. I think it's a good idea. It's controller though. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be so real. I really like the controller. Do you know what I mean? It's very Steam Deck orientated, because the joysticks, the button placement, and then also the trackpads. They clearly took a lot from the Steam Deck because it worked. People liked it. And I mean, I don't really use the trackpads, but I still like it. I'm just gonna keep it real, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush and say I don't like the controller. I really fuck with the controller. I think even if I didn't get the Steam Machine, I probably would get the controller, because I just do really like the controller. Now the biggest question is, like, how powerful is it? Okay, that's we want to know, how powerful is it? So I'm not going to run over all the specs because fuck me, there is a lot. But the main thing is that there's two models. There's one that comes with 512 gigabytes and there's one that comes with 2 terabytes. And then all of the other specs, as you see in front of you, pause if you want to read. But those are the specs. In stupid people terms, like you and me, it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck. Whether it's a Steam Deck or Steam Deck OLED, regardless, the power difference between the two is just, yeah, Steam OLED is like a bit more better. But still, that fucker over there, it's pretty powerful. You know, for a handheld PC, it's really it does its fucking job well. Do you know what I mean? I haven't like most games, I haven't had an issue running. And then like when it comes to power, like if it's plugged in, it actually like for example Elden Ring. I was playing Elden Ring on my Steam Deck. If it's plugged in, Elden Ring runs quite well. So I've had no complaints about like issues with running games on it before, yada yada yada. So 6 times more powerful than that, I don't see a problem with it. It will be able to run most games, from what I've been hearing. It will be able to run most games at a good level of quality. Do you know what I mean? No issues. If you're looking for like 4K resolution, do you know what I mean? That kind of shit, fuck off. No, but on a serious note, the people, like, most casual gamers don't really care about it that much. Do you know what I mean? As long as it runs the game nice, smooth, it looks good, they're fine. Do you know what I mean? But for the people, the hardcore gamers that want that kind of performance, you know what I mean? They're gonna go build their own PC and do it. £5,000 case! £600,000 motherboard! £1 million graphics card! £8 trillion Hatsune Miku figure! And look, for most people, as long as they get to play Animal Crossing, which as we all know is exclusive to Steam, you know, they're happy. You don't need a £500,000 setup for that. So who is it made for? I see when Valve is pitching it as like, okay, it's not a PC, but it's also not a console. When they're pitching it as solid ground in the middle, you think it's like the way it's kind of the way it's presented is that it's made for people on both sides. And also, you might be in a situation where you want to play Steam games, you want to get involved in the Steam market, but you don't have the space for a setup. The Steam machine makes that easy for you. Do you know what I mean? You just plug it into your TV and that's it. When you pitch a new product as being best of both worlds, basically, you're kind of inviting both worlds to get into it. And I feel like, yeah, as I said, there's going to be many instances where they might want to play Steam games, but they can't because they don't have the room for a setup, or they don't have a laptop, yada yada yada. But they have the money for a Steam machine. They get the Steam machine, plug it into their TV. It's done. It's simple. It's easy. Do you know what I mean? No fussle, no hustle. What more do you want? The biggest thing that is going to determine whether this product lives or dies is its price, because Valve has said that they're not trying to compete with console prices. Console prices, the reason they're so low is because they make their money back on game sales. So you buy the console, they sell every console at a loss, but then they make that money back when you buy a game. So consoles don't need to stress about that. But when it comes to Valve, they've said that they're not aiming to compete with those prices. So if console might be £500, they're not looking for that. Most people's speculation is it's going to be between £700 and £1,000 or dollars. I don't know. It depends who you're asking. And to me, if it's at 700, I think that's a valid price, considering this was 500, and the Steam machine is 6 times more powerful than this. So the way I see it, if it's at 700, I think that's a fair price. And also, you know, someone might have the money for a console, they save up just a tiny bit more, then they can get the Steam machine. But if they go closer to 1,000 or 1,000 and above, at that point it's like, okay, you could just build a PC by that point, or just buy a pre-built. So to me, like, and you could get similar levels of performance. So to me, it's like, okay, if you go 1,000, if you go 1,000 plus, I feel like I don't see a really like huge reason to buy it, you know. But if you go 700, and most people will be able to afford a 700 home gaming PC console hybrid, I see that as being a success. But then what do I know? I don't know what the price is yet, and I could be proved completely wrong. It could be 1,500 and they might sell out within the day. Who knows? In an ideal world, I would live in a big fuck off house, and then I would have an office where I record OnlyFans. By the way, look out for that on onlyfans.com/TonyAct1. Well, I'm sorry, man, but you're gonna need to pay for the pie.
Is there another way I could pay? Another form of payment, sir?
Maybe we could work something out.
I'm gonna get some water.
Brother. And then I would also, that's where my PC would be. And then, like, you know, I'm finished doing all my work on my computer, yada yada yada. And then I go downstairs to like my living room, and then I just get to play on the Steam machine. I don't even have to worry about it. All my progress gets sent from one PC to the other. Big up Valve for that feature, by the way. The cloud storage for your game data. Big up them for that. So I don't have to stress about it. Do you know what I mean? I just go downstairs, turn the button on, and then it's done. The Steam Deck was a huge success. I love the Steam Deck. I love my Steam Deck. Do you know what I mean? Like, how long have I had it for now? 3 years, 2 years, something like that. It's still running strong. Do you know what I mean? It's still running fine. I love the emulation I can do on it. The fact that I can play shit on the go. I love it. I love my Steam Deck. So Valve delving into more console console hybrid products. I'm all for it. And if I was in a situation where I had the money to burn, like if my PC broke down tomorrow, I would have to get a laptop because I do my own editing. So all right. Let's reword that. Let's say I wasn't making YouTube videos or anything like that, and I had a PC. If my PC broke, honestly, my next guess would be like, okay, you know what? Let me get a fucking Steam machine because it doesn't take up as much space, and it'll be not as expensive. So I'm like, yeah, that, it seems like a fair trade, or until we get the actual price. But yeah, that's the Steam machine, or the GabeCube, as it's been so accurately dubbed. So white right now. I look like a fucking ghost. Two-man time. Gee, I mean, it's the look. If I don't have something white in front of me, look, it just becomes pixelated. Honestly, I think it might be better this than this. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I can't decide. Huh? A boom, a boom, a boom, a boom, a boom, a boom, a boom. I don't know. Nah, it looks clearer like this. It's less pixelated. I don't know, man. I'll keep it like this. Fuck it.